Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry, Judge. When he calls your name, have a seat in this tan chair so he can see you front and center and leave. You don't have to stay, except for you. You just go back and sit down. I'll arrange for you to go back over there. All right. I'm sorry, Judge. Go ahead.
All right. All right. Good morning, gentlemen. I'm Judge Vigorito. I'm the magistrate judge this morning. I'm not here to decide whether you're innocent or guilty. I'm just here to explain your charges, your rights, and your options on how to get out of jail. All of you are charged with some type of a criminal offense based on the sworn statement of a law enforcement officer. That officer is swearing to enough facts that would lead a reasonable person to believe that you committed a criminal offense. That doesn't mean you've been found guilty. You're presumed innocent unless proven guilty. You'll have an opportunity to talk to an attorney before making any decisions about how to handle your case. If you want a copy of the statement of the police officer that's being used as a basis for your charges, you can get that from your attorney or the clerk's office in the next few days. Now, you're all entitled to certain rights under the Constitution in any criminal case. I'm going to go over your rights, and then I'm going to talk about your options on how to get out of jail, and then I'm going to call your names one by one and talk to you about your individual cases, okay? Now, in any criminal case, you do have the right to remain silent. You don't have to make any statements about your case. If you give up your right to remain silent, whatever you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire a lawyer to represent you. If you don't have the money to hire your own attorney, you can request a court-appointed lawyer. If the police or the prosecutor want to talk to you about the facts of your case, you don't have to talk to them about it if you don't want to. If you choose to talk to them, you can end the interview at any time. And you have the right to have a lawyer present during any discussion with the police or prosecutors about your case. You also have a right to a reasonable amount of time to talk with your lawyer before making any decisions about your case. If you are charged with a felony, you have the right to request an examining trial. That's not a full-blown trial. That's a preliminary hearing to argue that there's no probable cause, no reasonable basis to charge you with a crime. And you could talk with your lawyer about whether that option makes sense in your case. If you're not a U.S. citizen, you need to be aware that a conviction of a criminal offense can affect your immigration status, your right to be in this country, and your ability to become a naturalized citizen in the future. And lastly, if you're not from the United States, you do have the right to request that we contact the embassy of your home country and let them know that you're here. Is there anybody here who's not from the United States and you want us to contact your home embassy? Anybody? No? All right. I know you all want to get out of jail. If you're able to get out of jail, you need to make sure you show up for all your court dates. If you don't, you will be rearrested. It'd be a lot more difficult for you to get out of jail once you're back here. So if you're able to get out of jail, don't throw away your paperwork. Pay attention to when you need to be at court. Now, there are 4 ways to get out of jail, and I'll explain each one of them. First way to get out is to qualify for a personal bond. If you qualify for a personal bond, you'll be released for free based on your promise to come to all your court dates. Now, you would have a bond amount set, but you wouldn't have to pay any of the bond amount in order to get out of jail. Of course, everybody wants that, but you have to qualify for that. Personal bonds are offered in instances where the case is not too serious and where we have a reasonable certainty that you'll come to court when you're supposed to and that you won't be a danger to society if we let you out of jail while your case is pending. And we'll look at the facts of your case, your criminal record, your history of coming to court in the past, your references, and then I'll let you know when I call your name where you stand on the personal bond. If you qualify, you'll be released in the next few hours. If you don't qualify, then you have 3 other ways to get out of jail. Those 3 ways are you can hire a bail bondsman, you can hire a lawyer, or you can have someone come down to the jail with the full amount of the bond in cash. If you hire a bail bondsman or a lawyer, it's between you and them how much they charge and what they can do for you. I can tell you that in Travis County, most bail bond companies tend to charge around 10% of the bond amount as their fee to get you out. So, for example, if your bond amount's $5,000, a bail bond company will often charge you around $500 or more as their fee to get you out. They don't have to charge you 10%. It's up to you to find the cheapest bond company and make your own arrangements you can with them. Now, you can also hire a lawyer. An attorney can come down here and try to convince me or one of the other judges to give you a personal bond that you weren't able to get on your own. A lawyer can advocate on your behalf based on the unique facts of your case and your situation and try to get you a personal bond. If you don't have the money to hire your own attorney, you can request a court-appointed lawyer, and your court-appointed lawyer can do the same thing and try to get you out of jail. The last way to get out is to pay the full amount of the bond in cash. If someone comes down to the jail with the full amount of the bond, not 10%, but the full amount in cash, cashier's check, or money order, then you'll be released. And as long as you come to all your court dates, at the end of your case, you'll get your money back. Whereas if you go through an attorney or a bail bondsman, whatever money you pay them, you generally won't get back. That's their fee to get you out of jail. Those are your 4 ways to get out of jail. Qualify for a personal bond, hire a bail bondsman, hire a lawyer, pay the full cash bond. Regardless of which way you use, make sure you come to all your court dates or you will be rearrested. I'm gonna call your names. I'm gonna tell you what you're charged with and your bond amount. And then I'm gonna ask you whether you want a court-appointed attorney or whether you want to hire your own lawyer. If you have any questions at that point, go ahead and ask me and I'll do my best to answer your questions. If you want to know the punishment range, the charge that you're facing, just ask me and I'll tell you. All right.
Stand by records.
Richard McMillan.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Right, you fit in that
Good.
check. What's your last name, Sean?
McMillan.
No, thank you.
All right.
Davis, the close one.
Mr. McMillan, you are charged with a Class B misdemeanor theft.
Yes, sir.
And before I said bond on your case, I just had a couple of questions for you because I was looking at your financial information
Yes, sir.
and it says that you make $3,500 a month.
Well, Matt, intercede on that. Hopefully here by this Friday, when I start working for Facebook, I'll be working full time, be making about 7 to 8 a week, which in my estimate became would be 35 a month. That all depends on if I get out of this situation, I'm able to show up on Monday. So, I've been homeless the past 8 months. I lost my father, I wrecked a vehicle, and I just kind of been trying to put my life back together.
Well, the information I have that is that you were working at a bar making 35.
Where is that?
That you were working at a bar making 30 as a dishwasher making 3,500 a week.
Never said that. No, sir.
Well, that's what they said. You told them.
That's, it's not true.
Well, do you have a place to live?
As of right now, I've been living out of my storage unit. And like I pretty much arranged all this stuff by this week. Unfortunately, right now, I don't have an actual address.
Right.
But I got a great job starting Monday and I've been hoping that, you know, I can get to it. That's basically all I got to say right now, to be honest with you. So.
Bond amount set at $1,000. You're not going to get a personal bond. You're going to have to go through either have someone come down to the jail with $1,000 cash or go through a bail bondsman or a lawyer. You actually apparently have an active warrant out of Florida for another.
That for years. I've had that for years. I've never been, haven't been in trouble for years and years and years. Never been a flight risk. Never not showed up to court. The Florida warrant is a misdemeanor warrant from I lived there 15 years ago, and it's not extraditable.
Nevertheless, it's an active theft warrant that you never took care of.
Don't talk over him.
I mean, nevertheless, it's still an active warrant that you never took care of. And I show quite an extensive criminal history up until 2017. Now, I grant that since then, you've stayed out of relative trouble. But under the circumstances, I actually set your bond lower than it would normally be. I did that because of your financial situation. But I'm not comfortable doing a personal bond under the circumstances based upon what I'm looking at. Okay.
No, brother, not a problem.
Do you want a court-appointed attorney or do you want to hire your own lawyer?
Sure.
All right. Do you have any questions?
Do you have questions?
Yeah, can I ask?
Ask it.
What is the, this is a ticket. How long is time? When shouldn't I be cut out of here in a few days for time served or something like that?
Now, this is a Class B misdemeanor theft, so it's punishable by anywhere between a day all the way up to 6 months in jail or probation. So it's a rather large range. Now, when you go to court, you'll probably go to court on your first court date in a couple of days, probably by Monday or Tuesday, and your appointed attorney will reach out to you and talk to you about that. And what they'll do is they'll meet with the prosecutor and the prosecutor will tell them what they'd be willing to offer you. Now, it's possible they can offer you something on the low end of that, but that's something that you're gonna have to discuss with your lawyer.
I wanted to start my new job on Monday to change my life, to fix my life, to get it back together. I have a brand new full-time job at Facebook, and I really don't want this to happen. You know, I'm not a bad guy. I just want to get home and get my life together.
Well, listen, I'm not making any judgments about you as a person. What I am saying is that we've got conflicting information in terms of what you apparently told the pretrial officer in terms of where you worked and all that.
Taking that out for you
We've
now.
got an active warrant out of Florida for another theft case that's been sitting there for years. I'm just not comfortable doing a personal bond under those circumstances. So what I did is I took into consideration your financial situation. I set a relatively low bond, but but I'm not comfortable just letting you out of jail for free under the circumstances, you know, with the conflicting information, and, you know, I just not comfortable with it.
There's no conflicting information. I told them I worked at Specs Wholesale Wine Distributing for 8 months. Not a bar. That's not a bar. That's a liquor distribution company.
Well, that's not what
I got to start working for Facebook here Monday.
Okay.
I don't understand where anything got conflicted at.
Okay.
I never had a flight risk. I've always come to court. I can't, sir. I need to get my things together. It's been a year. I've been on the streets. I lost my father. I wrecked my car. I lost my business. I've been trying to put my life back together. And it's a shame that this has to happen over a Class B misdemeanor.
Okay, well, the pretrial services officer said that when they talked to you, that you told them that you worked at a bar as a dishwasher for the last 6 months, making $3,500 a month. Now, when I talk to you directly, you say, well, no, that $3,500 a month has to do with what I'm going to make at Facebook. Yes. And then I was working at some completely different place, not a bar, not as a dishwasher. So, I mean, you know.
I was understood.
I mean, I just, you know, I tell you what, let me ask you this. You got a reference we can call that can verify your information?
Yeah, my mom. I have nothing to lie about, sir. I really don't. Things just got twisted. They must have just got confused by what I was saying. But there's not.
So were you working as a dishwasher at a bar?
Not at a bar, no, sir. I was doing distribution for a liquor company, filling orders, pulling off the shelves through the phone apps temporarily. I'm about to be a dishwasher for Facebook in the domain.
Okay.
Start Monday. That would be roughly $3,500. I was making random money doing random things. I've worked in kitchens in the past and stuff. I've had a lot of jobs. Yeah. Recently, I was not working in a bar, not dishwashing. No, I've been actually struggling trying to get myself a job. I've been being turned down by a lot of places and going through a lot of stuff.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Does your mom know about this job at Facebook?
Yeah, she does.
All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my staff call her right now and verify your information. If she can verify all that information, then I will consider a personal bond in your case. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
You need to make sure you show up for all your court dates.
I swear on everything I would.
And I'm doing that because look, I take seriously if you got some traction to try to get off your feet, to get on your feet, and got a job. And I don't want you to miss it if I can have some certainty that you're going to show up for court. But based on the information I'm getting that seems to be conflicting, I have big question marks there. But I'm going to have my staff call your mom and we'll see if we can verify that information. Okay?
Should I leave your phone number?
I believe we already have it, but
I'm sure there's guys all around me are wanting to beat you with coconuts.
Is that the one from 772-828?
Yes.
That one? She
Yes.
lives in Oak Point, Texas?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
So will I see you again? How's this work?
If I verify it, then you'll get out on a personal bond. You'll be out in the next couple of hours.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Make sure you show up for court.
I swear on everything. I'm not playing games.
I hear you. We also need to take care of your case out of Florida. You know that.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it because they won't handle that until I go back. And I don't live there anymore. My family's not there. So what am I gonna do? Fly to Florida to go to jail? Like, you know.
I hear you. That doesn't inspire confidence in me on you showing up for court, but I hear you. All right. Good luck.
Thank you. Seems like now.
Can you exit, please?
Well, she doesn't like me very much. Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Get out of here.
Darren Latad Houston present.
I'm here.
All right, sir. It looks like you are here for a,
Got magistrated this morning.
right. It's like you're here for a failure to appear in assault family violence enhanced.
No, sir. No,
It's-
sir.
It's
ahead.
out of
Yes,
Fayette,
sir.
it's out of Fayette County.
Yes, sir.
And they're on the way to get you, so there is no bond that you have at this point. They're gonna take you there and proceed with the magic with the stuff. So understand, when you go to Fayette County, do you want a attorney that you hire, or do you want a court-appointed attorney?
I asked for court appointed, so she taking my, I had, like I say, this was a trial. I was found not guilty on ag assault. That was derived from the trial. They gave me 60 years on it. I'm being honest. That's what happened. And I couldn't see it. It was just too much. White woman saying I hit in her shoulder. They gave me 60 years, dog. I mean, for 2.5 years, I ain't never had nothing like this in my life. I say this to you, as I said to everybody in this county. I'm not gonna kill myself. If I go out there and I end up dead, know that it wasn't on my own accord. I'm not being resistant. I'm not gonna be resistant. She done had me shot once. You know what I mean? So she just went and stole my truck yesterday from my mama. So I'm basically at a standstill and they coming fast. It's alarming to me because I'm asking, why do y'all have to bring me back out there if everything have been handled? Y'all made y'all decision. Y'all find me not guilty on the charge, but y'all still find a way to give me a life sentence on a misdemeanor. I'm just rattled about them and they moving expeditiously. You get what I'm saying? I was arrested yesterday and they in expedite. Fact, I'm not tripping because I can go to prison from anywhere, you know what I mean? But it seemed like they ready to get their hands on me. And I told, like I said, she went to my house last night and stole from my mama. So I ain't even got back to that, trying to file a police report. So the woman is steady attacking me, even though I'm trying to leave. These are facts. I can't run. I just need somebody to help me get them out for me, man. If I did it, I did it. I don't whoop. That's all I'm saying. If I did it, I did it, man. I'm gonna eat my bullet, man. You feel me?
I would make sure you're asking for a court-appointed attorney, right?
I can't help it, man, because look, I went with the trial with Phil Baker. I went to jury trial. This happened at jury trial on January the 9th. I started. So it was a 3-day trial on the aggravated assault of a deadly weapon fisticuff. They charged me with kicking her in her leg and hitting her in her arm. They charged me aggravated assault in 2020. I finally went to trial in 23. They found me not guilty on that charge, but somehow the jury found me guilty of assault family violence and gave me 60 years. And my point was, if you find me guilty of not aggravated assault and my fisticuff in the feet was the weapon, what did I assault her with if I'm not guilty? I don't know. And see, that's what I'm scared of. You feel what I'm saying? It's like it's a concerted effort. You ain't gonna win, nigga. You ain't gonna win. You see what I'm saying? Like, get off of me. I already got then she filed a petition for common law divorce on me. I got a lawyer for that, but it's like even though I get a lawyer to make it give my stuff, they won't let me go get it. I got a court order, don't go over there. But the judge, I can have my stuff. You ain't going, don't go over there. You feel me? And I ain't did nothing but been shot. My mama have been chased. So I'm like, if you can get anything, I need awareness, man, on what's going on. I need awareness. My name is Darren Latard Houston. I'm supposed to be dead in the next 7 days. I'm saying that through the bottom of my heart, man. I don't even want to go out there. I could do that shit from here. I ain't feeling this type of way sitting in this county. I'm not feeling that way. I'm having an overwhelming feeling of these people pushing on me this fast. You get what I'm saying? Like, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Like, it's one of those things. They come in. Fuck you.
Well, I wish you good luck.
Next we have is Jackie McRae. All right, good morning, sir. You have been charged with second-degree felony possession of controlled substance. The range of punishment on that type of offense in the state of Texas is a minimum of 2 years to a maximum of 20 years in the Texas Department of Corrections and a $10,000 fine. You actually have two counts of that. They are set at $10,000 each, Mr. McRae. You also have two third-degree felonies. They're set at $10,000 each plus a drug court screen. You also have two third-degree felonies. The range of punishment on those types of offenses in the state of Texas is a minimum of 2 years to a maximum of 10 years in the Texas Department of Correction and a $10,000 fine. The first third-degree felony has been styled as an unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. That bond has been set at $15,000. And the second third-degree felony has been styled as an unlawful possession of metal or body armor, and that bond has also been set at $15,000. Do you have any questions, sir, regarding your charges or bond amount?
That's 4 charges. I thought they had 6 charges.
Yeah, they show 4 new charges, and then it looks like you got some other stuff maybe that was pending. I don't. A possession of marijuana and then another possession of controlled substance. So I guess you already had those pending somewhere?
No.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The state rejected those charges. So 2 of them were rejected by the state and you were left with these 4.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Are you requesting a court-appointed attorney this morning, sir, to help you with these cases?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so ordered. Take care of yourself, sir.
Did I qualify for personal bond?
Absolutely not. Not on the unlawful possession of a firearm by felon and possession of body armor. You know, you making people nervous. If you didn't know that, you making everybody nervous.
I did, the pistol belonged to the mother of my child who was suicidal. I took from.
I know, but you know, you can't have it unless you're at home. You know the law, right? Unless you're at home, that's the only place you can have a firearm. I know, I got it. I'm just letting you know what the law is. You know, they see you with a gun, they get nervous. All right. So let's just you and I be straight with each other for a second.
I totally understand.
Yeah. So anyway, you just can't have it. All right. But in any event, I've appointed you counsel. You can get out of bond on these. These are considered nonviolent offenses. So, you know, let court appointed counsel get you out of jail so you can get back to work. Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Take care. All right. Titus, I only see one person in the room and I have Valles and Klein. Sir, who are you? Come on forward. You're Klein. Okay. What happened to Valles, Officer Pettis? Can you get him here before I leave? I mean, Judge Jenkins is here, but I know we're kind of running behind. Joseph Valles. Okay, Mr. Klein, while Officer Perez is looking for that gentleman, you know, I don't really know what to do with you, to be honest with you. It looks like you got something going on with Judge Eldridge, right?
Who?
Judge Eldridge, is that your judge?
I don't know about that, ma'am. I'm not sure who that is.
Well, hold on. Let me make sure I got all my ducks in a row. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe that was Valles. All right, I'm sorry. I may be confusing y'all. All right, it looks like you've got one charge. So I am confusing you with the other gentleman. My apologies.
Yeah.
And this was on the 17th day of January. Okay, she is your nephew?
That's my aunt. I'm the nephew. I was trying to get her to the hospital. I let her move in and live with me. She's an alcoholic. She's been to rehab 8 times. She was falling out of the bed and busting her face. So I try to rush her to the hospital and she's trying to jump out of the car and commit suicide. I'm trying to grab her and pull her in while I'm giving her bruises on her arms. She's already got bruises down her face. So I get charged now, months later, with aggravated kidnapping. And my mom
Of your aunt?
Yeah, and my mom told me it was coming. And the reason she did this is because the time she was in rehab, I held her RX 350 for her. She told me to just hold her car and drive it. Somebody knocked one of the passenger windows out. Now she's mad at me. She filed these charges. I know she filed them back then anyway, but it was like, I was trying to help her, save her. This is something this girl's done to her life, all her life. You know, me and her have been the black sheep drunks of the family, but I don't drink anymore. I quit. And, you know, I was trying to help her. I mean, I just saw her the other day on Easter, and I went by her house and told her, "Happy Easter, I love you. I'm glad you're doing better." She got out of rehab finally. Here I am in jail for a root bad charge.
Yeah, I don't really know. That's why I said I don't know what to make of this, but I mean, any of it, you guys are gonna have, huh?
It was probably gonna be like a assault charge because she had bruises, but my mom knew I was trying to help her to not jump out the car. I mean, because her
Oh.
leg got stuck in my steering wheel while I'm driving 70 miles an hour down, 183. So that's pretty
Well,
dangerous.
no, I got it. Okay, so this address on Amber Ash Drive in Kyle, whose address is that?
I don't have a Kyle.
392 Amber Ash Drive, is that her address?
Maybe, yeah, she might have moved there. Oh, yeah, she's probably at a sober house there.
Okay, so they're wanting an emergency protection order preventing you from coming to that
Oh.
address. So we're gonna have to go over that and the bond.
I don't live in Kyle, so I'm not going anywhere around there.
All right, and the bond has been
She
set
lives out there. I went by her boyfriend's the other day.
I need you to stop talking. I'm trying to get through this. I apologize. And I'm tired. I've been here all night.
All right.
That bond has been set at $30,000 plus an emergency protection order, Mr. Klein. We're gonna separate y'all. If you say y'all have already separated, then great.
Yeah.
Um,
I haven't seen
but
her.
we're now going to go over the terms of the emergency protection order. So you're going to be prohibited from her having further contact with her. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. The protected person is listed as Melanie Usner. Are you familiar with the protected person, sir?
I know her, yeah, that's fine.
Thank you, sir. You're also, sir, going to be prohibited from communicating directly with a member of the family or household of the protected person in a threatening or harassing manner. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You're also, sir, going to be prohibited from going near that address that I listed earlier on Amber Ash in Kyle, Texas. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. If you are found to be within the presence of the protected person or within 200 yards of the protected address, be arrested, Mr. Klein. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, thank you, sir. That rearrest charge carries a maximum range of punishment of up to 1 year in the county jail and a $4,000 fine. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
In addition to that, you may not possess a firearm while this case is pending. Do you understand that, sir?
Never would have one, yes, ma'am.
All right, I've appointed you counsel this morning that can attempt to obtain personal bond for you free of charge. I see that your felony history is very minimal, if none, so you should be able to qualify for personal bond with an attorney, sir.
Okay.
In addition to that, Mr. Klein, it's like you have an old public intoxication from 2021. I'll give you two choices. I'll give you a court date. That court date will be on
I do?
May the 24th of 2023 at 2:30 p.m. or I'll give you credit for time served. Which would you prefer, sir?
I have public intoxication?
Yep, from April 25th of 2021. That's been pending in our court. Total fines is $592. So I can give you a court date to work out a payment plan on that, or I'll give you credit for time served this morning. Which would you prefer?
I'd like time served, please.
All right. Is there a desire to enter into a plea of no contest on this old ticket, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll take your plea of no contest, find you guilty, give you credit for time served, and that ticket will be resolved this morning.
Thank you.
All right, now, I'm sorry, did you have an additional question for me?
No, ma'am.
All right, take care of yourself, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you.
You know.
All right, and then lastly, are you Mr. Valles? Joseph Valles? All right, come on forward, sir. Let's get you taken care of. All right, I got you confused with the last gentleman. So you got something going on with Judge Eldridge. What's all of this? What's happening?
So I was just recently incarcerated for a robbery that I had nothing to do with. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And then this charge, I don't know nothing about. I woke up to the laws telling me to get on the ground.
Yeah, okay, let me start at the beginning. All right, so the previous case, okay, first of all, the previous case, it was $1 bond. Judge Eldridge signed the bond. She's now increased that bond to $10,000. What was the original offense date on that case?
What do you mean?
When were you originally arrested and posted bond on the first robbery?
I was arrested January 6th of 2021.
Okay, so it was more than 2 years old. So you've been going to court this whole time in front of Judge Eldridge, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so now that's why she's increased that bond to $10,000. Now you have a new case. Because you have a new case, I'm saying is why she increased it. So now you have this new case. You said you don't know anything about it.
No, ma'am.
And who was your attorney on the first one?
To Farley.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Farley. Okay, he can take care of you. He's a good attorney. All right, so then this just says that something happened on March the 27th. It involves maybe some selling of marijuana allegedly. And somehow they get to you. This is very long. So I'm gonna let Mr. Farley give you a copy of this so that y'all can file the requisite motions. Maybe you get this one dismissed, but you need to talk to Mr. Farley about it. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I guess the robbery is just of the marijuana, and then there was some money stolen and several shots fired where the gunshot struck the car. All right, so that bond has been set at $35,000 on the new case. Do you have any questions, sir, regarding your charge or bond amount?
No, ma'am.
Are you requesting that I appoint you an attorney this morning? Is Mr. Farley appointed or hired?
He's an appointed attorney.
All right, so I will appoint you again this morning so that Mr. Farley can receive this new case as well. You have any other questions for me, Mr. Valles?
So my baby mama, she wants to get rid of him because she says that he's not trying to do nothing. And my sister wants to get rid of him, so I really don't want him on my case.
Okay, are y'all gonna hire somebody, your family?
Yeah, we're trying to find somebody right now.
Okay, no worries. I mean, I will enter the order just so we make sure, these are very serious charges, right? It's a first-degree felony, right? Subject to life in prison. So I want to make sure you're not unrepresented because you're very young, right? You're the same age as my son. So we're gonna make sure, I'm gonna make sure and push through the court-appointed order to the Office of Court Administration, OCA, so that they can appoint you someone. I'm just letting you know that more than likely, if Mr. Farley's on the other case, they'll probably reappoint him. But that makes sure you're not unrepresented, and then in the interim, your family can work on hiring someone if you so desire, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, take care of yourself, Mr. Valles.
So, thank you.
You're welcome. Judge. Madam,